What's up? Well, you know who it is. I'm back with simply
Episode
give people more
3
insight into what it takes to actually compete and make their experience just overall better and just make bodybuilding great again. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dive right into the first questions. All right. So first question I got that I put up was competing while on active duty. When I was on active duty, it was challenging, man. It was very challenging to compete while being an active duty Marine. Everything from family duty, work. You still got to train. You still got to do cardio. Training, field ops. It is a real test of how bad you really wanted certain things. Like some people have some jobs that are active duty that they have a little bit more time, but then something else lacks. And then some people have a job where they're constantly on the go and trying to squeeze in a workout, squeeze in cardio just makes things a little bit difficult. But while I was like, dude, I had a good time, trying to compete and trying to balance everything. It was a little tough. I'll be completely honest. It was very tough at times. But I found a way to make it happen. People will be like, "Oh, you got to sacrifice this and you got to sacrifice that." You just got to make time, man. You got to make the best of the time that you have. So if you have an extra 30 minutes, then okay. Instead of, screwing around doing something else, just, hey, go bang out 30 minutes of cardio right quick. Come back and then do what you got to do. And then obviously depending on like where you're at in the rank structure or your billet, your job, and who you work for. I was fortunate enough that I had, when I started competing, I was fortunate enough that I worked in a billet in a position where I was a gunny, so I could just leave when I kind of really wanted to, or make my own time and make my own schedule. And then I had a billet where I was out in the training area all day long, and that made competing hard. Being up at 3:30, out in the training area all day long, get back at 6, 7 o'clock at night. Haul ass to the gym, try to train, do cardio. It just made it like there's days where it's just like, man, this shit sucks. But I made it happen one way or the other, and it was fun. It made me realize it makes me enjoy the time that I have now that since I'm retired. I'm like I really don't have much to bitch about, but much to complain about because I have a lot more time than I did when I was on active duty. That makes sense. All right. Next question was, how do you find the will to be consistent? Competing, when you find the will to be consistent, no one likes to lose. And there's no participation trophies in the NPC league. So like you don't just show up. Oh, here, you show up, you made it. Here's a trophy. Like, no, either you win, or either you place or you don't place. So either you walk away with a trophy or you don't walk away with a trophy. I've done a few shows. I know for a fact I've done 2 shows where I walked away empty-handed, where I placed sixth in those shows, and it sucks leaving that stage without anything, like all the hard work and cardio sessions, training, missed time with family, missed good meals and good food and everything. You at a moment you feel like you just didn't do enough, or you feel like shit, to be honest. So for me, the will to stay consistent is I want to win. So I have the will to win. I want to win. And I'm gonna do the best I can to not get beat. In progress, it makes it easier to stay consistent, because you feel as if you're putting that work that effort in, and you're actually getting a return from it. So if you're getting a return from it, then you're going to continue to do it. When people don't see the return from their workouts, their cardio, their dieting, then they tend to give up, like, screw it, man, it ain't working. But you just have to, you either have to change something up, or you have to just continue to work just a little bit harder, or reward yourself with small, like if a small change happens, then reward yourself as if it's a big one, and continue to set small goals for yourself. And as you just chip away at those goals, that is what's going to make you want to continue to stay on the path, the journey that you're taking as far as when it comes to fitness. Take the last 6 to 8 weeks leading up to a show. I can only speak for me and what my coach and what we are doing. Every coach is different. That I can't stress that enough. For me, because I like to stress my coach out as far as my weight and making weight for classes. Did about 2 cups of rice per day. I think I had a 1/4 of a cup of cream of rice, and then I would have oatmeal as like a pre-workout. You know, as far as like my pre-workout meal, like a cup of oatmeal. Then we just started scaling it back ever so gently, just to try to bring me down, bring me down to where we need to be leading up into obviously peak week. For me, the last 2 weeks, I mean, we take it pretty low. Carbs are tough. So the best way I can answer that question, man, is listen to your coach, and that's all going to depend upon what class and what division and what weight you're trying to achieve and or compete in. As far as like the last 6 to 8 weeks, as far as like what is your daily, as far as a daily carb intake. Topic is training heavy doing prep. When you start your prep, depending on how far out you start it, your strength is gonna diminish. It's gonna go down. You're gonna lose strength. And when you go into the gym while you're on prep, you shouldn't be going in there to try to lift the entire gym. Because you're done with the muscle building phase when you start your prep. When you go to the gym and you're on prep, especially as you start getting closer, in my opinion, I would definitely say, probably about 6 weeks out, you're really just looking to activate the muscle, like get some muscle stimulation, some blood flow in there. I mean, the muscles, they may grow a little bit, but they're not gonna grow, tremendously while you're in prep. It's just, for me, when I train now, especially these last 6 weeks, there are a few days when I'll push it to go. There's a few days when I'll push it, but I'm definitely not pushing off-season weight at all. So I'm gonna say, yes, it's heavy to me. It feels heavy, but during the off season, I definitely know for a fact I can push more than this for, more reps than what I'm actually getting. So, for example, on seated dumbbell press, I can definitely rep out, 105s, 110s for good, 10 to 12 reps. Good, solid, smooth 10 to 12 reps. Right now, I'm probably, only dealing with maybe 60s or 70s. I just don't have the energy to sustain that weight, and push that weight for 10 to 12 reps anymore. It's just going to go down. But I'm not in there to build that muscle. I'm in there to stimulate the muscle and then get some activation to it, which is actually the same activation of that muscle, and that's it. So you can push all the heavy weight you want. And a lot of guys go in there and they'll see someone squatting, 315, and so they want to put 4 or 5 on there. So they put 4 plates on either side and they'll squat for 2 or 3. It's like, okay, does that does it make you feel better that you lifted more weight than I did? Then, kudos to you. But when you're in prep, you're mainly looking for that muscle activation. That's what you really want. You want to stimulate that muscle for more reps than 2. You want to stimulate that muscle, get the blood flow in there. So the more reps you do, the more blood flow gets in there, the better the pump's going to be, the fuller you're going to look, the fuller you're going to feel, compared to just, lifting as if you're a power lifter. So while you're in prep, understand that your strength is going to go down. Don't feel bad about it, but use that to understand that, lifting lightweight is sometimes even better for you. Asking the opinions of other people and then come back to your coach and say, well, so-and-so's cutting water and so-and-so gets a burger or so-and-so gets sushi or so-and-so gets this. You are not them. If you're concerned about what they're getting, then go let them coach you and don't pay this other person. Like let them coach you and either let you do great or let you fail. But I don't know about it. But that's the most irritating thing that people can do to your coach and even as a coach. If you want to gather opinions of other people on how you look, then okay, that's fine. You can take opinions, but with social media nowadays, you can post a picture and keep it real. If you post a picture, no one really is gonna probably say you look like shit, or you look bad. They may say, "Oh, you're killing it. Oh, you're doing great," but then they're gonna go to their friends, like, "Man, that dude, man, I don't know." Just don't coach from the bottom. Stick with your coach. Follow the plan that he or she has laid out. If you feel it is not working and you don't like the results that you're getting, then you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. 1, are you following the plan exactly to the T? Yes or no? But either you are or you aren't. If you are and it's not working, then that's when you go to your coach and say, hey, man, look, I am following everything that you're telling me to do. However, I'm not seeing any results. Got it. Hold that thought. Next question you ask yourself is, well, am I working hard enough? Or am I just going through the motions? If you're not busting your ass every single day, day in, day out, if you're not giving max effort in your training, if you're not maximizing your training, if you're not maximizing opportunities to get, quality training, quality cardio in, then the problem is you. The problem isn't your coach. So you got to be 100% honest with yourself. Am I following the plan to the T? Yes, I'm following the diet 100%. But when I go to the gym, am I like this the whole time I'm in the gym? Taking selfies and shit? The entire time? Am I doing wimpy fucking cardio? Sorry for the F-bomb. But am I doing wimpy cardio? Or am I doing, cardio that's actually worth a damn? Those are things you gotta ask yourself before you be like, oh my, this isn't working. Which has really like driven home with me for this season is when you think you're going hard, go harder. Period. And beginning of the prep, I'll be completely honest. Like I was doing wimpy cardio. I was just doing the cardio to say that the cardio was done. I was doing 45 minutes just to do the 45 minutes or 30 minutes just to do the 30 minutes. But when I got called out about my cardio, it's like, oh shit, I guess I gotta step it up a little bit more. So once I actually stepped up my cardio, then I start seeing some better results as far as in my conditioning and my weight drop. Does it suck? Yes, it completely sucks. There's no other way around it. It completely sucks. but those are just things that, you know, that I have to do, because if not, then I'm gonna bullshit my cardio. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, listen to your coach, follow the plan 100%. If you don't like the plan, if the if you feel that the coach isn't working out for you, then contact them. Be a man or woman about it. Contact them. Say, hey man, like this isn't working. I'm gonna go to somebody else. They'll have more respect for you if you do that than if you just like stop talking to them and then go talk to someone else and go hire someone else and just start working with them. Like that's the worst thing you can. Well, not the worst thing. Well, yeah. That's not a good thing to do. You know, just tell them, hey man, this isn't working out, and then go deal with whoever else you want to deal with. But then on another note, even if people say, oh, it's the coach's fault, well, maybe it's your fault as the client or the athlete, you know, or the person, whichever category you want to categorize yourself into, because there are bad coaches and then there's also bad clients. There are clients that I've worked with where I'm like, I'll never work with this person ever again in my life, you know. I mean, it is what it is, you know. So sometimes the coach and the client relationship just doesn't work out. And here's exactly what I mean by that. Again, this is all my personal opinion. Some people can take the plan and go execute it and go do it without any problems, not much supervision. And then there's some people who feel as if they have to tell their coach or get praise from their coach every single day, every single time that they go work out, they do cardio, they eat all their meals, they make a post on social media, they pose. You know, if they feel as if their coach has to praise them and kind of hold their hand. That's just how some people are. And then there are some coaches who will hold your hand the entire way and you really won't learn anything, you know? So it's kind of a fine line and a fine balance as far as what type of coach you have, and then what type of client / athlete you are. I know I'm not saying any names, but I know athletes who will get their plan from their coach. They'll check in once a week, and then that's it. And like that's the only communication they have with their coach. They check in on Sundays and they keep it moving. I know athletes who if their coach doesn't comment on their picture, or their coach doesn't call them every single day, or their coach doesn't, you know, make sure that they train or ate all their meals, they lose their mind. Like, oh, it's like, dude, like, calm down, man. Go, like, you're gonna be on stage by yourself. The coach is there to help guide you and prepare you for the stage, but there's also things that you have to do as a client and as a competitor to make yourself better, you know. And I think I can sum it up like this: if you do a prep and you place and or you win, whichever it's going to be, you're like, oh, my coach is the greatest, and this, and this. But then if you do a show and you don't place, then it's automatically the coach's fault. No, it's not. It's a collective effort. You know, if you get on stage and you look horrible, is it really the coach's fault or is it your fault? You have to ask yourself, did I do all my cardio? Did I eat all my meals? Did I do all my training? Or did I make excuses every single time? It's a balance, man. That you should always be 100% transparent with your coach. Peak week suggestions. As far as peak week suggestions, my biggest suggestion is, I hope it didn't cut off. Anyway, I got to edit anyway. As far as peak week suggestions, prep your meals ahead of time, for one. Pack early. Set your schedule. And by your schedule, what I mean is, well, let me back up. So when you prep your meals, prep everything at least cook all of your food that you know you're gonna need for peak week. Okay, and then by pack, unless the show is local to you, you probably have to travel and stay in a hotel somewhere. So it's best that you pack the weekend prior to peak week, at least with what you know you're gonna need and what you may want to wear, after the show. Going to the show, you're probably going to be in whatever. Come show day or come check-ins. Some people go into check-ins, man. Some people go to check-ins, man. I think I'm at a fucking fashion show. I'm like, what are you wearing? But that's just me. I like to be comfortable. I like to be in sweats and a hoodie and a t-shirt, man, and call it a day. Because after I check in, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to go tan. And then after I tan, I'm probably going to go lay back down in my room somewhere. I mean, that's just me. But again, this is all solely my opinion. I see people go in there and I'm looking like, fucking fashion show, man. It is what it is. But I don't know. I'm bummy. I have, if you saw me at my last show, I had on my house slippers, man, the entire time. But the benefit of that is, guess what? The bottom of my feet didn't turn orange from the tan walking on the floor. It is what it is. And my feet were warm, so I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Plan your schedule. Like, plan your travel. For example, my show this weekend is in LA. Okay, I have to check in on my check-ins are on Thursday. I'm traveling up Wednesday night. For me, I don't travel well. I personally don't do well with traffic. So if I can go up the night prior and not hit as much traffic, or give myself enough time to be there, then I know for a fact my stress level, my cortisol levels are going to say like super low. And then I shouldn't fluctuate too much in weight, as well as I may still have to drop weight. So I'd rather be where I'm at. I'd rather be where I need to be. So this way, if I need to do something, go get something, then I'm already there. And that's just solely on me. It makes my stress levels stay lower, as well as it helps my coach, or it'll help your coach keep their stress levels low as well. Especially if they're competing the same show as you. Because if your coach has to worry about you traveling somewhere, that's something that they have to worry about. As well as they may, how can I put this? I think the best way to put it is, when you make your travel plans for your show, you need to talk about it with your coach. And then you guys need to agree on those plans. Especially during peak week. Because during peak week, your mind is here, but it's like sometimes you could be, well, sometimes I could be a space cadet. You know, like I have ADD like no other. Or you just don't have the energy to complete certain things. So what I did was I made my travel plans. I was like, hey man, these are the days I'm going up there. What do you think? I think that works. Or it was like, well, why are you going so early? Well, because we may have to drop some weight. Okay, got it. Okay, what's your plan? Okay, this is what I plan on doing. And I've done all my planning to where I got my room. I know where I'm staying. I know where the gym's at. I know where, for example, like Whole Foods is up there. So I know where Whole Foods is at. I know where everything I need is going to be. Is that right? Yeah, I know where everything is at. So my life and my final days leading to my show should be stress-free. You know, I'm trying to mitigate as much stress as possible. And I think that's big. But definitely travel arrangements. And then even when you make a travel arrangements, like this weekend, I got on the phone and I called to make sure everything was locked in, no problems, shouldn't have any issues. I ran to a small. All right, so if you made it this far, you obviously completed. You obviously completed episode 3. I'm already got ideas for episode 4. Sorry for it being so long, but it's a lot of information that's out there, or at least a lot of information that I want to put out there, at least to help some people out. I'm pretty sure someone will find this information beneficial. But keep rocking with your boy, and we got episode 4 coming hopefully by the end of this week. All right, sorry it took so long. Just read the comments.